In the news this week, Blackpool Council is ordered to pay out over £100,000 for discriminating against Christians. Westminster issues Stormont with an ultimatum on abortion. And Team GB athletes speak of the importance of their faith in Jesus Christ. Hello. Blackpool Council has been ordered to pay £109,000 in costs and damages for discriminating against a local Christian festival involving over 200 churches. In 2018, adverts for Lancashire Festival of Hope were removed by the council because it didn't like guest speaker Franklin Graham's biblical views on marriage and sexuality. But earlier this year, Manchester County Court ruled overwhelmingly in favour of the festival organisers, stating the council had shown wholesale disregard for the right to freedom of expression. The court has now ordered the council to pay £25,000 in damages and a further £84,000 in costs to the festival. After also being ordered to apologise, the leader of Blackpool Council admitted the decision to ban the adverts, which displayed the slogan "Time for Hope," had unlawfully discriminated against Christians. In a statement posted on the council website, Councillor Lynn Williams accepted the adverts were not in themselves offensive. Reverend Steve Haskett, a trustee and director of the evangelistic event, welcomed the news.
The apology to me is actually more important than the damages. It was obviously very important that the legal costs were covered, but the damages really are superfluous to me. What was really important was that there was a public expression of regret and a public acknowledgement from Blackpool Council and Blackpool Transport that this was wrong, that we got this wrong, that we should never have done this, and that we'll take steps to make sure it won't happen again.
A man has been left with a police record after a neighbour accused him of racial hatred for whistling the theme tune to popular children's programme Bob the Builder. Bedfordshire Police reportedly logged the allegation as a non-crime hate incident. In response, Rupert Matthews, a police and crime commissioner, commented, "The police have got more than enough to do, and if it is not a crime, then we cannot be putting resources into it." Harry Miller, a former police officer and the founder of free speech group Fair Cop, told the Mail on Sunday that Bedfordshire Police had completely lost the plot. More than 10,000 non-crime hate incidents were recorded by police in England and Wales last year. According to newspaper reports, not one of the 43 forces contacted could identify a single crime solved as a result of logging such accusations. Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis has ordered Stormont to have Westminster-imposed abortion regulations operating across the province by the end of March next year. Abortion is a devolved matter, but a radical regime was forced on Northern Ireland by the UK government last year, angering Northern Ireland politicians. Lewis told Parliament he had a statutory duty to implement guidelines promoting abortion set out by the UN Committee, the Convention for the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, known as CEDAW. The recommendations were not binding until Westminster voted to give them legal force, but Lewis said his purpose was to deliver fully commissioned CEDAW-compliant services. Responding to the announcement, Carla Lockhart MP said the government's insistence on interfering on devolved issues undermines the institutions. What we have in this statement from the Secretary of State is a further example of a government acting with no respect to the local electorate and locally elected politicians. And finally, 2 British Olympic hopefuls have shared how their faith in Christ has helped them in their sporting careers. Speaking to BBC Radio 4's Sunday Worship programme, runner Daniel Rowden and swimmer Daniel Jervis explained how their faith kept them grounded and spurred them on as athletes. Rowden, who is the current 800-metre British national champion, spoke to the programme of his reliance on Jesus Christ in every circumstance.
My success is not dependent on how I run, how I perform. It's so much bigger than that. My success is determined by what Jesus did 2,000 years ago. And so even if things go incredibly badly, my salvation's still there, my life's still intact, I still have an incredible relationship with God. And even if things go really, really, really well, all those things still remain.
Jervis, a distance freestyle swimmer, said prayer was vital to his preparation by helping him focus on God's will rather than his own. He also revealed his favourite Bible verse, Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.